In the early morning hours, collagen exists in its most vulnerable state, slightly dehydrated, hormonally, unprotected, and highly sensitive to the first signals the body receives. For senior women, that first drink is not just hydration, but a biological message that tells collagen whether to remain elastic and supported or to contract, weaken, and form the fine structural changes that eventually become visible wrinkles as the day unfolds. I've spent years studying how women's bodies change after menopause, and one of the least discussed shifts is how collagen stops responding to effort and starts responding to precision, especially in the early hours of the day when hydration circulation and hormonal signaling quietly set the tone for skin aging. I'm Dr. Eliza Hart, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist, and what I want to share with you today isn't another product or routine, but a different way of thinking about mornings and collagen after 60. In this video, we'll look at 5 morning drinks that send very specific biological signals to aging skin, helping collagen stay flexible, supported, and less prone to settling into deeper lines as the day goes on. If women's health later in life matters to you, please subscribe to this channel and comment the name of the country you're watching from so I can see how far this conversation is reaching across the world. Stay with me until the end, because I have a small but important surprise about this topic that many women miss. And now, let's begin with the first morning drink and why it matters for your skin. 1. Okra water, hydration-driven collagen, softening. Before discussing nutrients or structural support, it is important to pause on a quieter reality of aging skin that many senior women sense but rarely articulate. Clearly, collagen often feels stiffer in the morning, not because it has vanished, but because it has temporarily lost its ability to stay supple. This stiffness is not created overnight by wrinkles forming, but by subtle shifts in how water moves through connective tissue after menopause, when hormonal protection is no longer consistent and the skin's internal buffering systems weaken. Okra water addresses this issue through a mechanism that is rarely discussed in conventional skincare conversations, yet is deeply relevant in later life. Okra is rich in mucilage, a naturally occurring soluble fiber that interacts with water to form a soft, cohesive matrix. When consumed first thing in the morning, this matrix alters how fluid is absorbed and distributed, favoring gradual uptake into tissues rather than rapid elimination. For collagen fibers, which rely on adequate spacing and hydration to remain flexible, this slow delivery of water helps prevent the subtle contraction that makes fine lines appear sharper as facial movement begins. Clinically, this distinction matters because many senior women describe a specific pattern. Their skin looks most lined and least forgiving early in the day, then seems slightly more relaxed as hours pass. That pattern often signals transient collagen dehydration rather than irreversible structural loss. By supporting intracellular hydration at the start of the day, okra water helps collagen maintain elasticity during its most vulnerable window, when hormonal support is low and circulation is just beginning to rise. Equally important is the way okra water interacts with digestion. After 60, digestive efficiency naturally declines, and heavy morning intake can divert blood flow and energy away from skin repair. Okra water requires minimal enzymatic effort, allowing the body to hydrate connective tissue without triggering digestive stress. This makes it particularly appropriate for women who wake with low appetite, mild nausea, or sensitivity to richer foods and supplements. Practical use should remain simple and restrained. Fresh okra sliced and soaked overnight in plain water provides sufficient mucilage without concentration. In the morning, the infused water should be consumed slowly and gently, warmed, avoiding cold temperatures that can constrict blood vessels and limit absorption. Used several mornings per week, many women notice reduced morning tightness within a few weeks, followed by gradual softening of surface lines as hydration patterns stabilize. Once collagen regains this baseline flexibility, the conversation naturally shifts towards safeguarding those fibers against the biochemical stresses that quietly erode them as the day unfolds, setting the stage for the next morning drink and its protective role. 2. Barley water, anti-inflammatory collagen protection. Once collagen has regained a measure of softness and flexibility, another challenge quietly emerges, one that is far less visible than dehydration, but often far more damaging over time, especially for senior women whose skin seems to age steadily despite careful routines. This challenge is low-grade inflammation, a slow background process that rarely causes obvious symptoms, yet steadily weakens collagen fibers, making them thinner, less cohesive, and more prone to permanent wrinkling. After menopause, the body's inflammatory balance subtly shifts. Estrogen once helped moderate inflammatory signaling, and when that influence fades, connective tissue becomes more vulnerable to ongoing biochemical stress. Collagen fibers exposed to this environment do not break suddenly. Instead, they gradually lose tensile strength and structural coherence. This is why many senior women notice wrinkles deepening slowly over time, rather than appearing abruptly even when hydration and basic nutrition seem adequate. Barley water offers support precisely at this level. Barley is rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber, known for its ability to reduce inflammatory signaling through the gut immune axis. When consumed as a warm morning drink, beta-glucan helps quiet systemic inflammation that would otherwise circulate through connective tissue. For aging collagen, this calmer internal environment allows fibers to maintain integrity rather than being constantly remodeled under inflammatory pressure. Clinically, barley water is especially relevant for senior women who experience facial heaviness, morning stiffness, or a dull skin appearance that does not improve with topical care. These signs often reflect inflammatory load rather than simple chronological aging. By reducing this load early in the day, barley water supports collagen preservation in a way that is protective rather than stimulatory, which is particularly important for skin that repairs more slowly with age. Another advantage of barley water lies in its gentle interaction with digestion. As digestive efficiency declines, the body becomes less tolerant of concentrated supplements or complex morning intake. Barley water delivers its benefits without demanding significant enzymatic effort, allowing circulation and nutrient distribution to improve gradually rather than abruptly. Preparation should remain simple. Pearl barley simmered slowly in water and then strained produces a mild drink that can be consumed warm. Used consistently several mornings per week, many senior women notice gradual improvement in skin tone and firmness over 4 to 6 weeks, reflecting reduced collagen breakdown rather than immediate surface change. As inflammatory stress is brought under control, the conversation naturally shifts toward another subtle influence on collagen aging, one tied not to hydration or inflammation, but to the hormonal environment that continues to shape skin structure long after menopause, leading us into the next morning drink and its distinct role. 3. Prune water, hormone-related collagen preservation. As hydration and inflammation come under better control, many senior women are surprised to find that wrinkles can still deepen and skin can continue to look flatter or less resilient even when morning routines feel gentler and more supportive. This is often the point where frustration appears because the missing factor is not water digestion or topical care, but the hormonal environment that quietly governs how collagen behaves after menopause. After estrogen declines, collagen no longer receives the same protective signaling it once did. Instead of breaking abruptly, collagen fibers gradually lose their internal scaffolding, causing skin to appear thinner, less springy, and more easily creased. This process unfolds slowly, which is why it is often mistaken for simple aging rather than a hormonally driven structural shift. What matters here is not replacing hormones, but supporting the biological pathways that help collagen remain organized and stable in their absence. Prune water supports this process through a mechanism that is rarely discussed in skin health conversations. Prunes contain polyphenols and boron compounds involved in connective tissue integrity and mineral metabolism. Boron, in particular, influences estrogen-related signaling and collagen matrix stability, both of which play an important role in maintaining skin structure after menopause. When these pathways are undersupported, collagen tends to flatten and lose cohesion, leading to wrinkles that feel etched rather than temporary. Clinically, prune water is especially relevant for senior women who notice gradual thinning of the skin rather than surface dryness alone. This thinning often appears around the cheeks, jawline, and under-eye area, where collagen support depends heavily on hormonal balance. By offering gentle metabolic support, prune water helps slow this structural decline without overstimulating the system. Another advantage of prune water is its compatibility with aging digestion. It places minimal demand on digestive enzymes while still delivering bioactive compounds that circulate effectively, making it suitable for women who prefer lighter mornings but still want meaningful internal support. Preparation should remain simple. A small number of prunes soaked overnight in plain water is sufficient, with the infused liquid consumed slowly in the morning at room temperature or slightly warm. Used several mornings per week, many women notice that their skin appears less flattened and more supported over 4 to 6 weeks, reflecting improved collagen organization rather than rapid cosmetic change. At this point, I'd like to hear from you. Comment if you've noticed your skin becoming thinner or less resilient since menopause, or comment 0 if this hasn't been your experience. With hormonal preservation addressed, the next step focuses on strengthening collagen at a structural level, where mineral support quietly determines how well fibers hold together over time. 4. Sesame seed water collagen cross-linking support. Once collagen is adequately hydrated, protected from inflammation, and supported hormonally, another limitation often becomes visible in senior women, especially those who feel their skin looks softer, yet still lacks firmness or definition. At this stage of aging, the issue is not collagen quantity, but collagen quality, specifically, how well individual fibers are bonded together to form a stable network that can resist gravity and repeated facial movement. Collagen does not function as loose strands within the skin. Its strength comes from cross-linking, a biological process in which fibers are bound together through enzyme-driven reactions that depend on trace minerals. After menopause, this process becomes less efficient, not because collagen production stops, but because the cofactors required for proper bonding are often insufficient or poorly absorbed. When cross-linking weakens, collagen may still be present, yet the skin appears slack, easily creased, and less responsive to support. Sesame seed water addresses this weakness through its mineral and lignan profile. Sesame seeds provide copper and zinc, essential cofactors for enzymes involved in collagen bonding and structural stability. They also contain sesamin, a lignan that supports antioxidant balance and helps protect connective tissue from oxidative stress that interferes with fiber formation. Together, these compounds help collagen fibers adhere more effectively, improving skin density rather than surface smoothness alone. Clinically, this mechanism is especially relevant for senior women who notice changes in facial contour rather than texture, such as softening along the jawline lines around the mouth that persist despite hydration, or a general sense that the skin lacks internal support. These changes often reflect compromised collagen architecture rather than simple dryness or thinning. By improving the biochemical conditions required for cross-linking, sesame seed water supports the internal scaffolding that gives skin its underlying firmness. Another important aspect of sesame seed water is its gradual, non-stimulating nature. Aggressive approaches aimed at boosting collagen can overwhelm aging systems and lead to inconsistent results. Sesame seed water works quietly, providing structural support without demanding rapid turnover, which aligns better with the slower regenerative pace of mature skin. Preparation should remain gentle. Sesame seeds can be soaked overnight lightly, blended with warm water, and then strained to produce a mild drink that is easy to tolerate. Use several mornings per week, many women notice that facial lines appear more stable, and contours feel better supported over 4 to 6 weeks, reflecting improved collagen cohesion. With collagen fibers more securely bonded, the final piece of morning support focuses on how water and minerals move into skin cells themselves, a factor that determines whether even well-structured collagen can maintain its shape throughout the day. 5. Warm coconut water plus sea salt, cellular collagen, hydration reset. Even when collagen is well hydrated, protected, hormonally supported, and structurally bonded, many senior women still notice that their skin seems to lose softness as the day progresses, especially by late morning or early afternoon. This pattern often creates confusion because it suggests that collagen support is working at first and then fading when the issue actually lies deeper at the level of cellular hydration rather than collagen structure itself. After 60, the body's ability to move water into cells becomes less efficient. Changes in vascular responsiveness and electrolyte balance mean that much of the water consumed in the morning is filtered and excreted before it can meaningfully hydrate skin cells. When this happens, collagen fibers that were initially flexible begin to contract again as surrounding cells lose volume, causing fine lines to reappear and facial contours to look less supported as the day unfolds. Warm coconut water combined with a very small amount of sea salt addresses this mechanism by restoring electrolyte-guided hydration. Coconut water naturally contains potassium and trace minerals that help water cross cell membranes, while a pinch of sea salt provides sodium, which works alongside potassium to regulate fluid movement into tissues. This balance allows water to remain within skin cells longer, supporting cellular volume and reducing the tendency for collagen fibers to tighten during normal facial movement. From a clinical perspective, this approach is especially relevant for senior women who say they drink plenty of water, yet still experience dry skin or visible lines that return quickly. These symptoms often reflect electrolyte imbalance rather than inadequate intake. By correcting how hydration is distributed rather than how much is consumed, warm coconut water supports collagen indirectly by maintaining the cellular environment that allows fibers to stay relaxed and functional. Temperature also plays an important role. Warm liquids encourage gentle circulation, allowing electrolytes to be delivered more effectively to peripheral tissues, such as the skin. Cold beverages, by contrast, can slow absorption in aging bodies. Using coconut water slightly warmed rather than chilled improves how hydration is utilized. Preparation should remain minimal. Coconut water should be gently warmed and combined with a very small pinch of natural sea salt, enough to support electrolyte balance without altering taste. Consumed in the morning several times per week, this drink helps maintain skin fullness and elasticity throughout the day. Over 3 to 5 weeks, many senior women notice fewer fluctuations in skin appearance, with lines appearing less pronounced from morning to evening. With cellular hydration stabilized, the focus now shifts to how these morning drinks can be used together in a way that supports collagen consistently rather than intermittently. 6. How to use these morning drinks for best results. After understanding how each drink supports collagen through a different biological pathway, the most important question becomes how to use them in a way that aligns with the aging body rather than overwhelming it with too many signals at once. In senior women, collagen does not respond well to excess or constant variation, but improves when the body receives clear, repeated cues that it can recognize and use efficiently. The first principle is simplicity. Only one morning drink should be used per day because digestion, circulation, and cellular uptake are slower after 60, and layering multiple healthy inputs often reduces absorption rather than enhancing it. When too many compounds arrive at the same time, the body prioritizes elimination over integration, and collagen receives less benefit despite greater effort. Choosing a single drink allows its specific mechanism, whether hydration, anti-inflammatory support, hormonal preservation, structural bonding, or cellular hydration, to operate without competition. Rotation is more effective than daily repetition. Using the same drink every morning can lead to diminishing returns as the body adapts and responsiveness decreases. A gentle rotation of 2 to 3 drinks across the week keeps biological signaling responsive while still providing consistency. For example, hydration-focused drinks can be alternated with mineral-based options, allowing collagen to be supported from multiple angles without stress. Timing also plays a critical role. These drinks are most effective when consumed within the first 2 hours of waking, when circulation is gradually increasing and connective tissue is most receptive to hydration and nutrient delivery. Drinking them too late in the morning or alongside heavy meals can blunt their impact as digestion and blood sugar regulation take priority over skin support. Sipping slowly rather than drinking quickly further improves absorption and reduces vascular strain. Temperature should remain moderate. Warm or room temperature drinks encourage gentle blood flow and enzymatic activity, while cold liquids can constrict vessels and slow distribution, particularly in aging bodies. This subtle factor influences how well hydration and minerals reach the skin. Consistency should be measured in weeks rather than days. Collagen changes gradually, and visible improvement reflects cumulative stability rather than rapid transformation. Most senior women notice improved skin comfort within 2 to 3 weeks, while changes in wrinkle depth or firmness typically appear after 4 to 6 weeks of steady use. Equally important is restraint. Increasing quantity does not accelerate results and often disrupts digestion or electrolyte balance. Small, repeatable portions allow the body to work efficiently. When these drinks are used thoughtfully and patiently, they function not as isolated remedies, but as part of a coherent morning strategy that supports collagen in a way aging biology can sustain. 7. Common mistakes that block collagen results. Even when senior women choose the right morning drinks and follow them with good intentions, collagen results can still feel inconsistent if a few quiet habits continue to interfere with how the body processes support. These mistakes are rarely dramatic or obvious, which is why they persist for years, slowly undermining collagen stability, despite otherwise thoughtful routines. One of the most common mistakes is using more than one supportive drink in the same morning. After 60, the body's ability to absorb nutrients and regulate fluids becomes more selective, and when multiple signals arrive at once, digestion and circulation prioritize balance rather than delivery. Instead of collagen benefiting from abundance, nutrients compete for absorption, and much of the potential support is lost through elimination. Another frequent issue is starting the day with cold liquids. Cold beverages may feel refreshing, but they cause vascular constriction that slows circulation to peripheral tissues, including the skin. In senior women, this effect is more pronounced and longer lasting, delaying hydration and mineral delivery to collagen fibers during the window when they are most receptive. Timing errors also play a role. Skipping the morning window, drinking too late, or consuming these drinks alongside heavy meals shifts the body's focus toward digestion and blood sugar control. When this happens, skin support becomes secondary. Collagen responds best when the body is calm and gradually waking, not when it is managing metabolic stress. Inconsistency is another subtle blocker. Using supportive drinks for a few days, stopping and restarting weeks later prevents collagen from adapting to stable signals. Collagen strengthens through repetition and predictability rather than short bursts of effort. Portion distortion is also common. Increasing quantity in hopes of faster results often backfires by disrupting digestion or electrolyte balance, leading to discomfort and increased fluid loss. Collagen benefits from steady, moderate input rather than excess. Finally, overlooking sleep quality, chronic stress, and baseline hydration quietly erodes progress. These factors increase inflammatory signaling and accelerate collagen breakdown, limiting the benefits of even well-chosen morning drinks. When these mistakes are corrected, collagen support becomes more reliable. The body is no longer working against itself, allowing precise morning hydration and mineral balance to work in harmony with aging biology. When we step back and look at everything we've discussed, one message stands out clearly for senior women. Collagen responds best to small, precise signals, repeated consistently, not to force or quick fixes. By choosing one thoughtful morning drink, rotating gently, and avoiding common mistakes, you support hydration structure and resilience in a way that truly matches how the body works after 60. If this video brought you clarity or reassurance, start with just one habit this week and observe how your skin responds over time. And if you feel comfortable, you're welcome to make a small donation to help support the growth of this channel. It's never expected, but it genuinely helps me continue creating research-based content for women later in life. Before you leave, please like this video, share it with someone who may benefit, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching and for your support.